Okay. Sanya, did you? I remember you taking photograph of the chat. So if you could just read out a few questions, if there are any for me, or we could invite questions now. I remember one person asking, I think Rama Bishnoi asking about the Standard Chartered sculpture. I had covered it. I had covered this sculpture. So if you want, I'll just go back to that for a moment. We had covered Britannia and the symbols of China, India, China, and Australia. I just open the same the picture again if that's what you're seeking. Rama, are you there? Can somebody allow me to share screen, please? I gave away the host rights right now, so can somebody please give me the share screen?
Venkatesh, you are the co-host now.
Yes, thank you. Madhu, if you like, I can continue being host or I can continue as co-host, whatever you find convenient. Okay, Rama, if this is the
Please,
picture you are looking at.
please continue being the co-host, and I'll make you the host after some time.
Sure, sure. Rama, this is Britannia, and there are these three young ladies here representing India, China, and Australia. If you look down, this is Britannia, and there is an elephant, ship, and a sheep. So this is basically the Chartered Bank of India, Australia, and China. This is a representative of the empire as such. Standard Chartered Bank, what it became later. I mean, it was originally this is the name, and this was set up as an exchange bank for servicing the British trade, Indian trade, African trade, the China trade, the entire trade process, and as well as the transfer of monies by way of different currencies from one nation to another. This was a great facilitator for international trade in the 19th century, and incidentally continues to hold that business even today, across 71 different countries now. So, Chartered Bank, just to add, I had spoken on James Wilson. It's important we recognize him also as the founder of The Economist magazine and also the father of Indian income tax, because post 1858 the first income tax law comes, and he was a finance member who introduces that. Before that, only other kind of taxes, whether it is zamindari or their agrarian revenue, or you have other kind of duties and town duties and customs and all were there, but income tax was a new concept. Another thing, with the coming of Standard Chartered, I don't know whether it is because of Standard Chartered or because of James Wilson or because of the government. There are a mix of reasons which go through this. The presidency banks had to stop issuing paper currency because the fall of the Bank of Bombay and various other political issues which had happened because of the government being a quasi investor in this presidency banks, and also depositing their own monies in those banks and issuing notes, paper notes, which later, because of changed economic political circumstance, that paper currency went into a lot of risk. So James Wilson, Standard Chartered holds a very, very important space in banking history. Today's talk was on sculpture, so I did not get too much into banking history. I, of course, do a larger talk on banking history separately sometime in future maybe. So Rama, I hope that answers your question. Are there any other questions? Sanya, were there any other questions which you could see? Yeah, Himanshu Agarwal raised his hand. Could you just tap it there, please? The question.
Sir, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Good afternoon. Yes.
Sir, I wanted to know this Institute of Science, which architectural style it is
Which one? Institute?
of science.
Okay, see, this is the front of it looks more Romanesque. with the pillars and all. This is fairly transitional Romanesque. It is not authentic old world neoclassical, and this is built at the same time as Edwardian Renaissance. The Ballade Estate and those and parts of Bien Road come up. So this is a very moderated, softer form of neoclassical which comes in later, the Edwardian Renaissance time. This is 1910, 1920s, that time. So post 1902 is what we call the Edwardian time. So this is a kind of a softer mix of neo-Romanesque.
Okay. And sir, Victoria Terminus is neo-Gothic or pure Gothic?
See, pure Gothic is a medieval term. Neo-Gothic and Gothic revival are the terms broadly used by books and architects for the revival that took place in Victorian times.
Yes,
So, different buildings may use different elements at a point in time. Pure Gothic, it's difficult to, there is old 13th, 14th, 15th century churches in Europe and in Britain, which are normally termed as, more Puritan Gothic. But when it comes to India, and it kind of revives even in Britain in mid 19th century, of course, variations do happen. Even in India, when you look at Gothic of CST and you look at Gothic of Western Railway headquarters and you look at Gothic of, say, university, or you look at Gothic of the High Court or the Gothic of the BMC or the Gothic of the Royal Alfred Sailors' Home, these are different in their own subtle ways. The
yeah,
broad pattern may be the same, certain architectural elements may be the same, but of course, the embellishments and certain superfluous items are different. I mean, like for example, Royal Alfred Sailors' Home does not have those kind of steeples and those gables like an Oriental building does. An Oriental building looks very different than what a CST does, for example. And if you look at the top of BMC, it will be difficult to guess it's a Gothic building unless you look at the bottom half. So
yeah,
variations do happen, and Gothic did transform. And for example, if you look at Crawford Market, externally it's of course Venetian Gothic, but inside when you go, uh, it may not really look very Gothic. You will not have those tall vaulted arches like you go into the High Court and certain other buildings. You don't have those kind of vaulted arches. So I mean, it's got all those steel bars and all which Russell Atkins had made. All those
right.
more utilitarian stuff. So there are variations. So these are broadly termed as Gothic. And that's why
Okay.
Sharda Dwivedi coined the word Bombay Gothic. I think she was quite a visionary, and we are grateful
Even
to her for giving
even
us so many
Christopher
books.
London says it's Bombay Gothic, his book.
Yes, yes.
So
Christopher
sir,
London is truly great.
yeah,
And
can I ask?
yeah, please.
Yeah, I wanted to sir say this, that how similar is the Gothic of VT Victoria Station or CST and Saint Pancras in London?
A lot of it. I mean, if you look at the front of the Midlands Hotel and the corner, yes,
Hmm.
there are very clear, conceptual matches. Also, the concept that a railway station could be a grand monument of art. That is where it probably got, gelled. So Gilbert Scott was a, very popular and an extremely important person who set a new milestone. So, and it was very well received. It was very well received in the empire as the new language of a new time which was symbolized by railways, mills, banking, etc. The new age, the age of science and progress. So, yes, St. Pancras does have very clear, inspiration on the CST. But it's also said that there are various other places which this could have been inspired from. And looking at the architectural elements, yes, yesterday, Christopher had shown some very nice pictures, if you remember,
Yeah.
on various places where he could find, specific architectural elements being inspired. I mean, it's like, textbook architecture, those arches, those gargoyles, those little corners and those turrets and all. It's not very Puritan, but yes, it is pretty much traditional.
Hmm. All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, if there are no more questions, what I would do is I want to show you people something on the Granth Sanjeevani. I wanted to let me see how many people are there on the meeting. Let me see how many people are there. Okay, there are 44 people. Uh, can I do a 3-4 minute demo of the Granth Sanjeevani, please? Because it's something that I've been wanting to share with you more as a common user of the library than actually a support volunteer, for the festival. Because
Venkat,
as a common user, I think I have immensely benefited from use of the Asiatic Library. I just want to talk a couple of minutes about how this whole thing operates. Okay, so those of you who are familiar with the Asiatic, know where it is, and what you need to do is, uh, I mean, there are two kinds of membership. Let me put it that way. One is the actual old world membership of hard copy books. There is a form which I will post. I don't know how to post a form on chat. I'll have to copy it from WhatsApp. I'll just do that in some time. So
Venkat, may I
there,
intervene?
yeah, Ramesh, if you can post it there, I'll just tell people about it. See, there are basically two kinds of membership. Okay, one is an annual membership and one is a lifetime membership. So the difference mainly lies in the number of books and journals that you can borrow. But having said that, those of you interested in Mumbai would be extremely pleased to know that most Mumbai books are not issued. I think in the past there may have been instances of books, many people don't return on time and stuff like that, and Mumbai books are in high demand. So, I definitely highly appreciated that it's guaranteed that when I look up a book and I go to the library, and I live far away, so for me it's like a good 40 kilometers one way. So if I know what book I want to read, I go to the open catalog, which I look up at home, and then I go there, and they're extremely friendly, helpful library staff, the sorters. They will actually take it out and give it to you. If you know where the book is in the middle shelf, there's something called a Bombay shelf, and the magnanimity of the place is such that the shelf is never locked. Anybody can just go, the book, pick it up, sit there, read, place it exactly back, and leave from there. I mean, I have immensely benefited. I mean, all the Sharda Dwivedi books which are nowhere in circulation today. Whether it is, the cities, CST city icon, the naval heritage of the naval, I mean, the rich heritage, cities heritage, whatever, that naval dockyard book by Sharda Dwivedi, whether we talk of High Court, so many books are there, the gazetteers and everything. And the rest of it, of course, the staff will bring it out to you at a very short span of time. What immensely is convenient is to look it up before you go. Like, for example, I wanted to know if the water heritage book is available. So I went and looked up the site, and I can just put it and go and look there. So that was on the main library thing. What I wanted to show you today is more on the Granth Sanjeevani. So let me just log in into Granth Sanjeevani, and I will do a share screen. Okay, I'm going to share screen. Are you able to see my screen? Ramesh, is the screen visible?
Yes.
Okay, so this is how you get into the Asiatic Society of Mumbai Granth Sanjeevani. Just pop in granthsanjeevani.com, and here you are. Okay, it's as simple as that, and it's not as opaque, complicated, or defensive as so many other complicated websites that we use. Okay, so I put in my ID. If you don't have an ID, I will show you how to create one. Okay, so let's first see how to create one. If you don't have an account, you register now. Best value is 2400 in 365 days. However, if you are a member of the library, the main library, this itself comes down to 1200, and you get a discount code. You write to the Asiatic ID with your membership ID, and they will give you a discount code. Okay, so then you go register now. Okay, this is where you put in a name, email ID, password, captcha, etc., and you do a register, accept agreement, and register. It takes you to the payment page where you go and pay. Put your discount code. Don't forget to do that if you're a member. So, what I always advise is you might as well become a member first. Take an annual membership or a lifetime membership as you may prefer, depending on the nature of your interest, and then getting into Gran Sanjeevani, because then you can do physical reading as well as digital reading. So I put in my ID here. Oops, I think I entered a wrong captcha. Just one moment, please. Here we go. Ramesh, is the screen visible?
Yes.
Okay. So this is what it looks like. It says explore 25 million pages, etc., etc. But what is it in for me? Let us look at that. Well, I love reading the old newspapers. Okay, Times of India, Hindu Patriot. Somebody is doing annotation. Can we just shut annotation off? Clear all drawings. Okay, and annotate off. Okay. I don't know what this came here. Just one sec. I think something. I think some annotation issue. Huh? Just give me a moment, please. Ah, we are back. Thank you. Thank you for your patience. Okay, this is Times of India, Hindu Patriot, Bombay Times, Bombay Courier, Bombay Chronicle, and there is this Ethereum Daily News. I also want to tell you, any of you can remember this, the Bombay Times and Journal of Commerce? Okay, so we have maps, government publications, journals, and we have books and manuscripts. Now let's take a chance and put something and see how it shows up. I think the best thing about the Gran Sanjeevani is that a search engine works. Imagine I want to read about the Taj Mahal Hotel. Just look up stuff on the Taj Mahal, okay? Because I do read about it, and I just want news about it. I just want to read something about it. Let's go and it's like doing a Google. So let's go and do a Google. Uh, Ramesh, can you please switch off the annotation? Somebody's unfortunately, inadvertently, I think,
My host.
annotating.
You know what? I
Hmm?
had disabled annotation when I started. I don't know why it is. I'll
Because it's
just check
coming back
again.
again and again. Yeah,
I
it's
don't know
coming
how
back
it
again
is.
and again.
But when I made you the host, did you again disable them?
No, it was always disabled. I had not touched it only. Okay,
Can
so I'll
I?
continue. Taj Mahal Hotel I'm putting. Okay, let's go see what it throws up. Okay, it's throwing up a lot of stuff. Let's see what it throws up. The good thing is it runs across several sections, not just the newspaper sections. Okay, so nowadays I'm reading the Bombay Chronicle. Okay, so let me go to Bombay Chronicle. So I mean, you have so many things here. If you look at it, if you can look at my screen, I mean, it's a wide variety of stuff that it throws up. I am more interested in newspapers, so I will go to newspapers. I find newspapers a great way to understand the past. I think when you look for something, you end up finding something else. That's pretty much how I have done most of my research. Many of you may think I'm very organized, but I think I'm more of an explorer more than an organized reader. So reading the old papers kind of gives me a completely new insight. So here, what do I come across? Let's look at this. This is absolutely brilliant. I was looking for Taj Mahal stories, and I end up getting the last king of Afghanistan. Amanullah still rules heart of people. Bombay's spontaneous ovation to ex-king. Royal party hurriedly moved to the Taj. That entire story is here. I was quite amazed. Was quite amazed. Then, so this is one story. But when I kind of go down, I look at other stuff. Let's see how this opens up. We have latest cotton news, national insurance company, we have advertisements, we have Horlicks. I love looking at advertisements too. It gives me an idea of corporate history because I follow corporate history mostly for shipping and for banking. So I find a lot of material here. Okay, then let's look for Remington typewriter, let's go unique assurance, scissors, cigarettes, etc. etc. Okay, so this is one thing. Now let me go back to item and I will go back to results and go to something more than that. Let us see. Let's see what else throws up. We are still on Taj Mahal Hotel. Let us see what else it throws up. And you'll be amazed. You try put Jamshedji Tata, you will have everything from Jamshedji Gigi Boys to all the Tatas in some 100 pages showing up. It's actually quite a range that it throws up.
Venkat, may I give you a suggestion?
Yeah.
What if you did a session on the story of Bombay through newspaper headlines?
Yeah, sure. Sometime in mid of next year, because I am still reading these. I am not ready with it yet. But a lot of stuff I pick up from the papers. Honestly, stuff which you don't find in books, you find in papers.
Yeah,
And the Bombay Chronicle, the entire set we have here. Times of India, I think we are part here, part there. But I think Bombay Chronicle up till its demise, post independence, it's there. Okay, so now I'm looking. I think Ramesh, that's a good idea. मैं करता हूँ.
Yeah, it's a day-by-day history of the city, right? So we could actually.
Okay, no, this is something that caught my eye. Yes, definitely, Ramesh. I've written it down. Your word is our command. Absolutely, you know exactly what's important. So it's done. Absolutely done, Ramesh. We will do it.
Not one but two. I'm going to ask you to do one on headlines and one through these ads. Right?
Yes. Thanks, Ramesh. I think you made a very, very important point. Yeah, I think I will try to do that separately.
Maybe you can start with the ads.
See, for people,
it's fun to read the old ads. Like you could never see a whiskey ad today.
No, I want to show Glenlivet. Yeah, I wanted to show Glenlivet because Glenlivet happens to be my favorite single malt now.
Mine too.
And imagine what date am I looking at? It is still important. This is like what date? It's like January 4th, 1910. Okay, and it's there. And let me look at how did Taj come here. There must be something on the Taj somewhere. It's a search engine. It's a brilliant search engine. It also throws up. Irrespective of the font it throws up. I think that's a good thing about the search engine. So right now I'm not able to find Taj Mahal Hotel here. Okay, there's something here. There's a small here. I think it is an advertisement. So we just ignore small job advertisement. Let's just ignore this. Let's just go and search something else. Okay. Is it visible, Ramesh, my screen? Because it's very small font reading. I hope you guys are able to see what I'm doing.
Yeah, easily able to see what you're doing.
Very good, very good. So this is Bombay Gazette. Let us. Okay, one interesting I want to tell everyone. When you look at these old papers, you know whether it is whichever company, you have this interesting important information. British India Steam Navigation Company here, Peninsular and Oriental Steam Navigation. These are actually sister companies. Okay, P&O is a parent company. British India Steam Navigation is the Indian company, and they merged in 1916 or whenever, and it's a very important piece of naval history. So I had used all this when I created the naval PPT. Actually, I had gone through all this in the past. I didn't use much of it by way of reference, but it gave me an idea of what I was looking for. Okay, this is important. Treacher and Company is a very important departmental store. So a lot of stuff on Treacher and Company and all these advertisements you will find here. Okay, let us see, where did Taj Mahal come from? Because we were looking for Taj. So because at least 6 or 7 references on the Taj I have found on Grand Sanjeevani, so I just picked that up top of the mind. It could be any Taj. You can obviously look up even Taj Mahal Hotel Agra and put it. It's as good as any search engine. Sometimes you don't get exactly what you're looking for, but you end up finding something else. Last time I found a fantastic advertisement of the Greens Hotel, then managed by the Taj for New Year's. Because for a long time I wanted to kind of understand more on the Greens Hotel. You know, Greens Hotel is where the new Taj
Save it for a
Intercontinental Tower
lecture.
stand. So very nice article I found here. Unfortunately, I'm not finding it right now. Yes, Ramesh, I will remember. I've noted this also down.
I'm
Let
saying
us just go back.
right now let's focus on how to use Grand Sanjeevani. And
Yeah, I'm kind of
student,
so
next
these
year
are
we
three,
are
four
going
ways
to
I get into it. Now, if I look at Bombay map, let me show you one map now. Now that we've looked at some papers, let us look at a Bombay map. The last time I was wandering here, I ended up looking up the plague map. So let us see if I can find it again here. Oh yes, it's come on the top page. Wonderful. Bombay branch of the Royal Asiatic Society. That is the label. It's an old map. Ah, beautiful. Look at this. Is it visible?
Yep,
It's an awesome map. It's an
lovely map.
awesome map. Let's go closer. District 6, District 7, under Sergeant Dean, under Shroff. It's got the doctors' names who are managing these. You know, Debrito, Sergeant Lieutenant Colonel. I mean, it's got a people who are in charge of managing the counter plague efforts. So an amazing map which tells you who's who and what's happening here. Okay, now comes red, orange, yellow, green. Remember containment zones, April, May, June, containment zones, anybody? We didn't get violet, indigo, okay, and orange. No, orange we had. Blue we don't have. I think we have got lesser number of colors now. So we got so many colors here, see? Different types, Ketwadi, Tardev, amazing stuff. I mean, this navigation is so easy, very easy to get lost in the story. As Ramesh pointed out to me, the moment you get into this, you get into stories. Let me show you one more item. So this is Bombay maps for you. I had come across a very nice map of Thana Collectorate. Let me just see if it's still around. So, because the number of items keep increasing,
Bottom row,
you
bottom
will never
row.
find it on the
Second on the bottom.
here. Okay. Last time because the number of papers on this digitization keeps increasing, so you will never find it on the same page. You will have to search for it the next time. So this is Ramesh's hometown. So Ramesh, please feel happy looking at this map. I'm sure you would have looked at it many times over, but I
This is
fished
the
it
whole
out for you
district.
today. Hmm?
This is the whole district.
Yeah.
The original district which included both Raigad district and modern Thana district. And you can see Mumbai as one tingy little thing on the left side.
Just show it to us, please, Ramesh. Is it there here? Can I go down?
Yeah, so all of this is Raigad district, modern Raigad district.
Yes.
You can see the creek of Urod Janjira here. You see it?
Okay, okay.
Can you use your cursor and point it out?
You are a co-host now. You can do that, please.
No, you're sharing screen, no, so I can't.
Okay, okay, okay.
So go to the top of the map. So here on the top part of the map, right? That is now in Gujarat, but that is Valsad district of Gujarat, but earlier it was part of Thana district. Then you can see the princely state of Jauhar on the north east.
Let me make this big, huh? 1 sec. Let me see. थोड़ा सा बड़ा करते हैं. Think slightly better. Can you see Surat Collectorate? Can you see this here?
Yeah.
Yeah, continue.
So it this thing stretches right up to Daman, which you can see there. And then if you come further south to the northeast, you see the the princely state of Jauhar. So the Warlis once had a state all of their own. So as you have seen yesterday about the Warli tribals, but they had a princely state of their own once. Then come further south and you will Palghar. And what you also see prominently marked on the map is the BBCI line.
Yes.
Yeah, come further south.
Yeah, continue.
Yeah, come further south.
Should I move right?
Yeah. So on the northeast shoulder of the district is the princely state of Jauhar. And then you come further south. Now you on the left side, that is on the west side, you see Golwad and Danu, which is where the district ends today.
Danu, yes. Yes.
Everything north has been handed over to Gujarat.
Yes. Chichun is here, and then Danu, it comes south. After this is familiar territory for me.
Then come further south.
Mahim is here. This is the other Mahim, huh? Don't get confused with the South Mahim. This is other Mahim. Yeah. This is a Kelwet.
The Mahim of Bombay is named after the Mahim of Kelwa.
Okay, here we have Arnola basically. Then we have Vasai.
Can you zoom out a bit?
Then Birar. Zoom out karo, ek second. Is that okay?
No, zoom out. That is go to 80% or something.
दिखेगा नहीं यार.
I want to show you the whole shape now. Now if you see,
okay.
come further south.
This is a treat, yaar, Ramesh. This is one of my favorite maps, and I'm so glad you are there to host this. Thana.
If you see, you will see the Vaitarna Creek to further south, where actually the fold of the map is now interfering in the.
Yeah. This is Arnala, na? Here, this is the Vaitarna Creek.
Arnala, where the Vaitarna Creek opens to the sea. You come further, go down a little further, so you see Bassein on the bottom left, and then there's the Bassein Creek. And if you look carefully, you will see this channel that links the Bassein Creek with the Vaitarna Creek.
Yes.
A very narrow channel just to the east of the railway line.
Yes. Can you see my cursor? Audience, can you please follow my cursor? Is it visible? So this is where it is. So this map has been immensely helpful to me in the past. And That's why I asked Ramesh to speak about it. I mean, anywhere, this
Yeah.
map
So that
has kind
rail,
of fascinated me.
the BBCI railway line actually runs on the bed of the original creek that linked Vaitarna and Vasai creeks.
Hmm.
So everything to its west was originally the island of Sopara.
Yes, can you look at my cursor, people? So this is the place we're talking about. So those days, if you have to understand Veera or Vasai, you look up a map like this. Today's map will not give you so much. As you come down, so this
Then
is
here
a
you see
tiny
the
place
island
of
of
Bombay.
Bombay. And what you
Tiny
will see
place.
here, if you zoom in a bit,
Hmm.
is the open channel which has all been filled up right now. But you can otherwise see the islands of Trombay, Salsette, and Bombay. You zoomed out a bit too much.
Yeah, it should be more visible now. I kind of zoomed in.
Yeah, can you see the
So
channel
this
of
is
Sopara?
Bombay.
Yeah. Bombay Island,
Yeah.
Salsette Island
So
in the
this is
north.
Bombay. Where my cursor is, this is Bombay.
Yes.
This is Elephanta. This is Trombay Island. Can you look at this, everybody,
Yeah.
please? This is Trombay Island and this nice creek here.
So
Where my cursor is, this is the creek.
once you actually entered Bombay Harbour by sailing into the Mahim Bay and then around Dharavi and Sion. And therefore the British have 3 forts there at Mahim, Dharavi and Sion, and then at Shivdi, and then at then you have Fort George.
That's here.
So that defended the pathway
So
of the ships as they came down the Mahim Creek into the Bombay Harbour.
yeah, look at this place where my cursor is. Above Mahim, this creek is still visible. Can you see this creek? This creek is extremely visible here. This is where later the entire reclamation happens, and there are various
Now the whole thing has
immensely
been split up
important
and it is
roads.
called the BKC.
Yes. So that's pretty much it. Basically, we wanted to show you how to use Gran Sanjeevani, but given a chance, me and Ramesh get very excited about looking maps, and showing you our. I mean, this is our little treasure, and now it's everybody's treasure. And for a small price, 1,200 rupees a year is a very nominal price to pay, and it's about 1,500 bucks for the main membership,
Yeah.
annually.
It's called Sanjeevani for a
So,
reason.
Sanjeevani, I use it for newspapers, Ramesh. I think there is no better place to read newspapers than Sanjeevani.
No,
I
I'm
mean, we
saying
could spend a lifetime over it.
the whole collection is called Sanjeevani for a reason. It's a genuine treasure.
Yeah, very much. Fully agree. So, look at this Alibag Taluk and all those old maps and everything. So, I mean, it's an unending place where you can search and you can find. Even I haven't explored all of it, but I think I wanted to share with you all what a great experience this is. I promised to finish in 3.5 to 5 minutes, but again, as always, I have taken about 15 minutes time. And thank you for staying back. And
No, we are going to
there are
expect
34 participants showing here.
we are going to expect people to come up with lectures of their own based on the Gran Sanjeevani.
Yes.
The story of Mumbai through ads, the story of Mumbai through newspaper headlines, through so many things.
Yes, I'm actually working on a few items basis newspapers. So once I'm done, I will definitely share it with all of you. So